Hello all, I Nirmala Rawat welcome you to my YouTube channel Hari Sadhana 108. Today I'll be starting a new chapter. A quick recap. In last part, we saw how Mata and Shri Ram sacrificed their time together and got separated for the greater good of humanity. Now moving on to chapter 19, Life in the Forest, Part 1. Soma continues to narrate further to Anusuya and her mother from Ayodhya. The first person to visit us after our arrival in forest was Shanta, Sri Ram's elder sister. Mata was standing in the doorway of our cottage one day when she saw a woman with the dress and bearing of an ascetic walk up the path. An expression of joy escaped Mata's lips as she ran to greet her. Mata had only met Shanta once before, after her wedding. Well, before Shri Ram and his brothers were born, Maharani Kausalya had given birth to a daughter, Shanta, who had been married off to the great Rishi Shringi. But not of her own volition. She had to abandon palace life for the austere life of ascetic. Living far from Ayodhya, she rarely had the opportunity to meet her family, and they rarely spoke of her. It seemed they had all but forgotten her, except for her mother, Maharani Kausalya, who continued to long for her. During Ram's youth, Shanta was an idolized figure for him. She often appeared to him in dreams when he was a child, and so he bonded with her from an early age. When Shanta heard of Sri Ram and Mata's return from the exile, she made plans to meet them, but then was delayed. After she heard of Mata's retreat to the forest, she hurried to see what the situation was. She embraced Mata, then withdrew with a frown on her face. She asked, "Why, Sita? Why are you here and not in the palace in your condition?" "Come, Shanta, you have had a long journey. Let me feed you and then we will speak," Mata replied with a glowing face. Upon Mata's insistence, Shanta allowed herself to be ushered into the cottage and served. When they had finished the meal, Mata took her hands and said in a serious tone, "Let me show you the past, the cause for the present situation." They went into meditation. Later, Mata told me that she showed Shanta the scene in which Rishi Bhrigu had cursed Narayan and all that followed. Upon seeing this, tears came into Shanta's eyes and she said quietly, "So you too accepted the curse?" Mata responded, "Didn't you accept the ascetic life of your husband and live the comforts of the palace? But there are other reasons for my being here, Shanta, reasons that will reveal themselves in time. My children will grow up as I did, with the freedom to roam the forest unhindered by the palace regulations. I want to give them their early training, and this would not be possible in Ayodhya. You know that. I want them to learn humility, service, and love for the natural world. There will be plenty of time for them to know the power of their position later. The world will benefit from your sacrifice, Sita. But it saddens me that Ayodhya does not honor its women." Mata immediately put her hand over Shanta's lips and exclaimed, "Do not say so." Then, speaking in a soft tone, she said, "There is nobody, Shanta, nobody that Ram respects more than you. During our long journey, he spoke often of his brothers with such love and tenderness, but when he spoke of you, his whole tone, demeanor would change. He said that you prepared the way for us to lead an ascetic life during those 14 years. You made it possible through your efforts. He thought of you often as we made our way through the difficult journey, sometimes going without food and shelter. You are an ideal to him, an ideal of what a woman can be. He told me that I reminded him of you. With a gentle smile, Mata turned to face Shanta and added, and I replied that this was the greatest compliment he could pay me. Shanta now placed her hand over Mata's mouth and said softly, do not say so. Mata removed Shanta's hand and continued in a halting voice. He once told me that his brothers and he did the visible work in the open for all to see, but you and I did what needed to be done in the unseen world unnoticed, quietly. Isn't that what we desire, Shanta? To do what needs to be done in the shadows, benefiting the world without any acclaim. Isn't that the path we have chosen? Shanta nodded her head in agreement. He told me how you used to come to him in dreams when he was a child, and that is how he came to know his elder sister. A broad smile settled on Shanta's face. We came to each other in dreams. This little boy would come and give me teachings. A great love developed between us, although we rarely met in person. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you all for being a part of this wonderful journey. Let me know if you ever find yourself in the position to leave behind all the materialistic comfort of your life for greater good. Will you do it? Or will you be able to do it? Let me know your views in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.